what I wanted to do tonight is a little bit different. I wanted to kind of lay out some strategy for you guys, some little bit more grassroots strategy, and I hope that everybody here is in a position to where you can really absorb this information, because when I learned the information that I'm going to share with you in tonight's call, it totally changed my business. And let me tell you exactly, specifically how it changed it, and then I'm going to tell you how to apply it here at Empower, also how to apply it in whatever business that you're in. And by the way, if you're not getting your teams on these calls, guys, you're missing some of the glue that's holding your team together. Every single Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, just block it off on your calendar for the next, 10 years, and just make sure to be here, because if you're continuously involved in our culture and our environment, we will help you to get the results that you want. I promise you, we'll teach you things here that nobody's teaching anywhere. So let's talk about some grassroots strategies. What I wanted to do was I wanted to talk about how to talk to people that are in different phases of your business, how to upsell your customers, and I also wanted to tell you how to use our products in the Empower Network to save yourself time, but also to make extra commissions and reduce the amount of time that you're working in your business. See, a lot of people in this industry especially, we get these folks who get involved in network marketing, direct sales, internet marketing, whatever it is, and they're they have what's called grinder syndrome. They want to help everybody with everything. They want to be everyone to everybody. They want to be Superman, Batman, they want to bring people back from the dead. If somebody has a technical issue, they want to pick up the phone at 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, 8 in the morning the next day. They want to do three-way calls with every single person on their team, because they know for a fact that they can close better than anybody in their whole team. And so they want to handhold everybody and walk everybody through every little bit of the process, because, oh God, if I just let go, nobody can succeed. Well, the reality is actually quite different. I don't know if anybody here has ever experienced anything like this. When I first got started in my business on the internet, I remember I used to want to be the superhero. I was the man. I had the suit. I had the tights. I'd put on the T-shirt. I'd flex in front of the mirror and stare at my wonderful Superman. In fact, I actually even did videos with a Batman T-shirt, because I had the little superhero complex too. But then something magical happened to me. It was like 2 or 3 months in. I was coaching people. I was helping people with everybody. I was answering everybody's questions. And for some reason, I realized something. I realized that no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't control who succeeded and who didn't. I just couldn't control it. I could help them if they were running, but what I realized is that some people, I would put all this time into them, all this help into them, all these resources into them, and they'd do nothing. And I realized that other people would just come in, and they'd start working, and they'd start producing all on their own, and somehow, almost magically, I would run into somebody that I'd be over there working with Sue, and I'd be helping Sue and helping her set up her blog and helping her move her images over and helping her and coaching her and doing all this training for free, spending all this time with her. And then while I wasn't paying attention, Rob Ford comes in there, and I don't even know his name, and he dang starts making $10,000 a month in 60 days. And after a while, I took a step back, and I took a look at that, and I said, what's really going on? And I discovered a principle, and the principle was that if I use systems to do things that control most of my day, not only does it free my day up, but everybody in my team seems to produce dramatically higher results. Let me repeat that, folks. If we use systems to do things that consume most of our day, and we learn how to use systems properly, not only will you work less, not only will your team duplicate bigger, not only will people have more success, but you actually work less for more income. All right? And let me explain how to do this just a little bit. See, a lot of people, they think that the secret to success, the secret to making money, the secret to the internet is branding. It's attraction marketing. It's being the face of the message. You got to be out there and be in front of everybody all the time. You got to be out there and work. And if you're not out there and you're not doing it and you're not the face of it and you're not in front of everybody, you ain't making any money. When the reality is that if you look at how you make money from the internet, if you look at how you're making money from Empower Network selling our stuff, and if you look at how you're making money from whatever other businesses that you're in, you make money from one thing and one thing only, and that's customers buying stuff. It's when customers make a decision to buy things that you make money, and the amount of money that you make is dependent on how expensive the product is and what your profit margins are. And sometimes you sell something that's not very expensive but has high profit margins, and sometimes you'll sell stuff that has quite a bit of expense with low profit margins, but the reality is that the only time you ever make money, it's not from hand-holding, it's not from kind of reaching around and kind of massaging your downline butt a little bit. It's from product sales, guys. It's from products being sold. It's when customers decide to buy stuff. That's when you make money. You make money from sales happening. And what you're going to notice in your business and in your life is the more hands-on you are, the less results you're going to produce. Have you ever noticed something? I want to ask you, if you guys are struggling on this call, and I used to, by the way, struggle, and this is why I can speak to you guys. If you're struggling, have you ever noticed that the people who can really help you are kind of busy all the time and don't want to help you with this technical customer support stuff that you're always spending time trying to get them to help you with it? Do you notice that? Like, it's like the people who can help you don't want to help you with that stuff. Or the people that can help you, you get on a call, and rather than answering your question directly, you notice how they kind of direct you to a video? Whereas the people who don't make any money, they'll be there and help you with everything. You guys notice that? You ever notice how you've been a little frustrated here? You're like, God, I want help from this one guy, but I can only get help from Susan. And then you ask the question, you're like, well, Susan will help me. And it's like, well, yeah, but how's she doing? And they're like, well, not very well. And I always answer, exactly. Because the reality is, folks, and I want you guys to really understand this, is that to succeed in your business, you need one thing to happen. Lots of stuff being sold. And if you want lots of stuff to be sold in your business, you got to focus on one thing. You got to focus on sales. Now, in this niche, especially in this company selling our products and services, and also whatever it is else that you're selling, right? We let people obviously sell here whatever the heck they want. But in this business specifically, in this niche specifically, you make money from two things. You make money when you sell stuff, number one. Number one, you make money when your team sells stuff. That's it. Now I ask the question, Dave, is there anything else, anything at all, ever, that I make money from? The answer, my friend, is no. So if those are the only two things that you make money from, it's the only two things that your team makes money from, and it's the only two things that can get you the results that you want, is products being sold and your team having products being sold, and that's it, by the way, there's nothing more, then why are you spending all your time doing stuff that doesn't make products get sold? Does that make sense? I mean, you could stand up in front of the mirror and you can kind of stare yourself in the mirror. You know how, like when a dog looks confused, they kind of tilt their head to the side and they kind of get that confused look where they put one ear higher than the other ear? You can kind of look at yourself in the mirror, kind of tilt your head to the side and say, what am I doing? Right? Because the exact opposite happens in most people's business. What do I mean by that? Well, this is what most people do. What most people do is the exact opposite of what successful people do, and that's why they're not successful. What most people do is they spend 85% of their time doing stuff that wouldn't ever make them money or their team, and they spend 15% of their time doing stuff that might make them money. What you need to do is you need to flip it. You need to flip it, okay? And this is the magical formula I'm going to talk about tonight. I'm going to talk about how to use your time. Because everybody here, is there anything else that you've got in your life right now but time and money? It's all you've got is resources to put in your business, right? Some of you don't have any money, you just got time. So if all you've got is time and money, why put your time and money into things that don't result in sales? Does that make sense? Focus on what makes you sales. And here's the formula. Spend 85% of your time only doing things that result in sales, and specifically new sales. See, most of us, we get this kind of a attitude because, you know, especially in Empower, if you look at the way that we pay people, right? If you get a super affiliate in, like if you get somebody like Rob Four in, right, and he's connected to you even on one of the products, he's out there producing and producing and producing and producing, you'll make a lot of money from the passive sales, a lot of money. If you get somebody in and they're successfully and consistently producing, you get their power line sales from that, and it could be a lot of income. Lawrence Tam, he makes a tremendous amount of income from power line sales. All right, all the leaders here do it in Power. Well, folks, that's pretty cool, but if you're depending on power line sales and you're not making any money, and you've got one guy in and you're hoping he's going to go out there and do it so you don't have to, you're not only shooting yourself in your foot, but here's the problem. You're never going to attract the kind of people that are actually going to produce results. Because let me ask you a question. What are leaders attracted to? What's a real leader attracted to? Somebody that can really produce. Somebody who can come in and they know how to already. They've got the list already. They've got the resources already. And they know how to get in, how to start, and how to start making $10,000 a month. What are they attracted to? I'll tell you what they're attracted to. They're attracted to another person that works just as hard as they do, that's as focused as they are, that produces the results that they want. So if I'm making 20 or 30 or 40,000 a month producing, and a guy comes by who's making 10, I'll pull him in every time, right? But guess what? If you're not focused on production and therefore your income is small, that leader ain't going to join with you anyways. So therefore, what's the formula? It's to stop focus on luck. Stop focusing on other people's production at all. Don't even focus on it. Pretend that it doesn't exist. Hey, folks, residual income is fantastic. It's unbelievable. Today, my residual income is astronomical and completely unrelatable to most people on planet Earth. It's unrelatable to most people that have a lot of residual income. It is huge. But let me tell you something, guys. If you want results in your business, here's what I'm going to ask you to do, because it's what I did, and it's what I'm doing right now. And so I want you to follow, because I'm going to lead by example. I want you to act and behave like residual income does not exist at all for the next 6 months. Act like it does not exist, okay? And I want you to paint an income picture that you want to produce in your business, whatever it is. It could be any level. All right, let's say you want to make $5,000 a month. We could use that as an example, or even $10,000 a month. A lot of people are trying to make $10,000 a month by getting a guy who does it for them. I'm just going to sponsor somebody like Dave Wood, who's living in a van. So they go around to all the vans in town with homeless people in them, trying to hit people up, trying to look for another Dave Wood in a van, rather than going and just making $10,000 a month. But if you scratch off residuals, if you scratch off leverage, what would you do in your business if all you made was the income from your new sales? Now, this isn't the most attractive model in the universe. It's obviously not what we do. We do have residual income. But if you scratch off the residual income, if you scratch it off and you delete it like it's not there, where does your mind then go if you want to make $10,000 a month? How many sales do you need to make on a daily basis to produce that kind of an income? How many sales a day do you need to make on a daily basis to produce that kind of income? Now, why is that magical? Why is that just a beautiful attitude? Well, here's the beauty, is because if you take that mindset versus the mindset of luck, you're now in control of your future. You can break the numbers down on what you need to accomplish. You know exactly what skills you need to learn and how many leads you need to get, and you can make $10,000 a month now rather than 6 months from now. How many people on the call, and of course I can't hear a response, but how many people on this call would love it if I could show you how to make $10,000 a month now or $5,000 this week? Well, folks, that's a lot easier than showing you how to make $10,000 a month in residual income. Why? Because on residuals, you're depending on things that aren't true yet. See, it's a lot easier if I could go out there and I could show you, hey, here's the formula to make $10,000 this month. And then next month we get together and I say, let me show you how to make $15,000 this month. And then the next month we get together and I say, let me show you how to make $20,000 this month. And we pretend like nothing we ever did even happened. And if we take that attitude and that focus, your mind will wrap around your business like a laser in the direction that will get you to where you want to go. Okay, now what are the numbers? What should you focus on in your business? Remember how I said sales are what make you money, and we're going to pretend like leverage and residuals don't exist. What are the numbers that you should focus on? Well, I'm going to break some stuff down for you based on skill set, and what I want to do is I want to show you where to find these resources and these products in the Empower Network. I'm going to show you how to use our different products to get the results that you want, and I'm going to show you how to do it without being a guru and without being a master closer. Some of this stuff is skills that you'll need to learn, but I'm going to explain this to you kind of in a pattern. Here's what you should focus on if you're part-time. This is my opinion, okay? If you're working this 2 hours, 3 hours in the evening, this is what you should focus on. You should focus all your energy into one thing, and that's one new person a day buying the basic $25 a month membership here at Empower, okay? One thing only, one person a day. Say, Dave, one a day, isn't that a lot? I mean, I'm part-time. Yeah, folks, it's more than most people would tell you to produce. But most people ain't making $100,000 a month either. And most people don't know how to help you make $100,000 a month, and most people have never made $10,000 in a month. So as somebody who makes a tremendously higher amount of money than most people in your life, I'm telling you that if you're part-time, you should focus on one thing and remove all distractions and everything else and everything everybody else is saying around you. Delete things from your brain. Delete things that are going to distract you from that one thing and focus on one thing and one thing only, and that one thing is in the next 30 to 60 days, get yourself and your marketing to bringing in one person per day, 5 to 7 days a week, to buy that basic membership, to buy that blog system. Now, why one a day? Why is that a magical number? Because when you can get in a habit of bringing in one customer a day, I can show you how to make as much money as you want. I don't care how much it is. I can show you how to make $10,000 a month. I could show you how to make 15. I could show you how to make 20. I could show you how to make 40. I could show you how to make $100,000 a month over the next year if you're willing to do what it takes to bring in one new customer a day. Why is that a magical number? Because something happens to you when you make a sale a day, a new sale. For some reason, you stop caring when people quit. Anybody here notice that sometimes you sell something to a customer, you get an affiliate in, and they promise you the world, and then they quit? You know, it's like they were just in yesterday. They just got excited yesterday, and now they're in today, and they've already quit. I mean, yesterday, the Lord himself came in a vision and told them to do it, and today, he told them not to. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice some of the contradictions in people that you get in? It's unbelievable the excuses some people will make for why they're not having success. But the reality is, folks, it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. So that's the magical thing that starts happening, number one. One new customer a day keeps poverty away. One new customer a day keeps poverty away. One new customer a day, folks, one sale a day will get you what you want in your life if you're part-time. Now, if you're full-time, this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. I'm going to encourage you to do something that is a little astronomical, a little bit abnormal, but if you do it, you can do, the sky is the limit to what you can do. And it's just consistent. It's nothing massive. It's not slamming a list. It's not doing a launch. It's not being a superhero. It's not wearing tights. It's not flying through the sky or shooting lasers from your eyes. What is it? 2 sales a day. 2 sales a day. If you can make 2 sales a day of that $25 a month product, I can show you how to make $50,000 a month in the next 6 months with Empower Network. It's just as simple as that. I can show you how to do it, especially with some of the developments and the things that we're doing with increasing the prices on 15K formula and all that stuff. But you got to focus on those front-end sales, because as I learned in a meeting back in 2002, before I knew how to build this industry, I learned something that today has changed my life because I finally understand it. And what I've learned is the new blood is the lifeblood of any business in the direct sales niche. Let me repeat that. The new blood is the lifeblood of any business in the direct sales niche. You got 5,000 people and you want to know how to get them excited. You want to know how to get them excited? Get 5,000 more, and those old 5,000 are going to get pumped. You want to know how to get the people excited who you sponsored before, and they're kind of, they're on the fence. They don't know if it's going to work. Act like they don't exist for 6 months and do it without them and see what happens to them. You want to know how to get the people excited in Empower Network who are like, well, I don't know. Let's go get 20,000 more people. We got 20,000 right now. Let's go get 20,000 more in the next couple of months. Folks, that's how to get people pumped up. Repeat with me. The new blood is the lifeblood of your business. 2 sales a day, folks. It will change your life if you're full-time. It's all I ever did. A lot of times people ask me, they say, Dave, how did you become the #1 producer of this particular system? Every day I made 2 sales for about 2.5 years. And I just never went below 2. Some days it was 5, some days it was 10, and occasionally it would fall to 1. But every single day it was 2. Every day I woke up and all I thought about was, how can I keep my marketing going to where I get 2 new sales a day? 2 new sales a day. 2 new sales a day. 2 new sales a day. I wake up in the morning and I say, how can I get my business to do 2 sales a day? Now here at Empower it's a little different. My goal, actually, even owning the company, is only 10 sales a day. Right? So I've only scaled it up a little bit since then. It's not really even that much. I know that if I make 10 sales a day as a company owner through our own PPC and our own solo ads and our own marketing, even outside of what we're doing here, if we do that, I know I can put 250,000 people in Empower Network very quickly. I know if you do that, you can put 250,000 people in this thing over the next year, which is with 10. But 2 sales a day. So you say, Dave, why are those the magical numbers? Here's why. Because if you're willing to work with people a little and connect with people a little and spend 2 to 3 hours a day connecting with the people that you're bringing in and working with your team, 1 person a day part-time will replace almost any corporate income in North America in the next 6 months. Just 1. Now, why is that? Because we ain't just got the $25 product, and if you're smart, you've bought everything, right? I want to give you guys some numbers and some metrics that are apparent to different people. Now, what I've been doing here as the owner of Empower is I've actually been out there in the game with you guys, talking to new customers with you guys, And I've been working on upselling people. I actually connected with leaders out there to find out what the pulse is of what's going on in the marketplace and what's working. We're working on this relaunch campaign because obviously we got slammed by the banks. It's amazing how much money people are making just 2 weeks into this. We've actually got, I think, 6 or 7 people who are over $10,000 in the last 2 weeks. We're cranking, folks. But why are we cranking? It's because we're doing it with you. So let me explain to you what I'm doing and how to get results and how to work through some of the issues in different parts of your business, and then how to connect with people and what to use these upsells for. Because a lot of people are confused and they just want us to do it for them. And here's the truth, guys. We are going to make you more money by doing it for you than anything you've ever been in your life. Why? Well, if you keep bringing people in at the 25 and it's all you ever do in your business and you never do a thing more, you just bring people in at the 25, that's all you do. Here's what we're going to do is constantly, and I don't know if you've noticed, it's never going to end. We're always going to be upselling your people and working to keep people involved in the inner circle. And in the inner circle, we're going to work on teaching and educating and holding together your team. And we're going to work on upselling them and getting involved to make them commit, to get them over the line. We're going to teach them closing skills in that product. We're going to upsell them in that product. We're going to talk about the future products, the future plans. We're going to talk about the vision of the company in there. We're going to constantly be vigilant and working on your team with you. The leaders who come in here are constantly surprised by commissions and pass-ups that they didn't expect that they would get. And it's because we're working on that. But if you're depending on that, you're not in the right space. If you want results and you want to make money, you've got to be active and engaged in upselling your people and working with your people and helping them commit, helping them cross over that line, helping them get to a new level. So let me explain to you how to do it. Now, I'm going to talk about a few key areas of your business that are going to work really well, and I'm going to show you where to get some additional training on this in the members area as well in the back office for those of you who really want to master this. So here's the formula that I'm going to encourage to you. This is what I want you to work to. Okay, if you've got a pen, if you're sitting down, write this down. The formula is 85% of your time closing and upselling, okay? If you can get to that, okay? And then what do you do with the remaining 15%? You spend it marketing and training, hopefully at the same time. Like what I like to do is I like to have audios and training going in the background where I'm making blog posts and doing my marketing for the day. I like to have things kind of going at once. Some people don't like that. I like to just kind of do it at once. I'm learning, I'm writing, right? I'm seeing something and I'm making a video about it right after, right? 15-20% of your time marketing and 85% of your time connecting and upselling. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that'll stop you in a year if you'll do that. Now, how many hours a day should you do that for? If you're part-time, 2 to 4, and if you're full-time, 4 to 8, depending on what you want out of your business. Okay, you don't need to go beyond that. If you go to that and you focus on that, you can get whatever you want to get. 2 to 3, 4 hours a day of connecting and closing will make you $30,000 a month in 4 to 6 months if you do what I'm about to tell you. So what is it? Well, first thing is, there's a couple of things that you guys could do, and a lot of people aren't doing them, that are really useful. A lot of people notice that sometimes people will come through the sign-up process with Empower and they'll not pay, right? Like, I don't know if anybody here has had an unpaid sign-up. Well, obviously, not everybody who goes through the join page actually goes in and pays. Okay, they filled out the join page, they were about to pay, something happened and they didn't. Or maybe they got nervous and scared and decided not to pay quite yet, right? We have a lot of people who will just buy right away, and we have a lot of people who don't. Now, how many of you know that if you actually call and you connect with the people that don't actually finish paying, they're the easiest people on planet Earth to close. Like, you'll close 95 out of 100. I actually just put an interview up in the inner circle with Dwayne Pyle, and if you follow the process in that interview with the people that are unpaid members, right now, obviously, sometimes people are wanting to know what happens. They fill out the join page, they'll fill out incorrect information, but it's correct information 80% of the time. If you call those people and follow what Dwayne Pyle says in that interview that I just posted up just like 20 minutes ago in the inner circle, you will close 80 to 90% of those people that you connect with on the phone. And there'll be easy conversations of people that are not mad that you called because they already were about to make a decision for some reason. They just didn't, or maybe their card got declined and they got cold feet. But what can you do with those people? Well, if you actually go in your members area, everybody here, if you go click on my account and you click on my programs, or you can click on, my team, and you can view unpaid products for your downline. All you need to do is view unpaid basic members. And if you go and you look at those, you can connect with those, the ones that happen every day. It's not many. Even if you're aggressive marketing, it's only going to be 2 or 3. You can close every single one of them. And how do you do it? Well, follow the advice in that interview in the inner circle. And let me tell you the basics of how to do it right now. Really simple. Call the people. Say, hello, Mary. You say, well, yeah. Say, Mary, it's Dave Wood with Empower. I just saw that you were coming in just a minute ago. Wanted to give you a call. First of all, welcome you aboard and just connect with you and see what I could do to help you. How you doing? She's going to say, well, good. You know, and then you just find out a little bit about her. Ask the questions that Dwayne Pyle covers in that interview that we just did. We're actually going to record some calls of us calling people. A lot of people are saying, well, how do you close, Dave? Well, we'll actually record some calls. Dwayne and I, we talked about it in that interview, where we actually do this, and you guys can hear how we do it and how we talk to people. And it's so easy, it's unbelievable. You just say, you know, looks like, Mary, well, we were talking on the phone. You know, it looks like you came through. You didn't get a chance to finish ordering, and so wanted to pop on the phone with you and help you finish that. You in front of a computer right now? And you can literally walk her right through, make sure that she gets set up properly. Right? That's the first area. A lot of people on here could make a sale a day. They're making one every 2 days or one every 3, and they could make 1 to 3 per day by just spending half an hour a day doing that. And it's super easy, and you've got the details and the phone numbers and the people's emails right there in the members area. Okay? And the people already want to buy. And they just got cold feet. They got a little bit nervous. They want to talk to a human being. That's area number 1. What's area number 2 where a lot of us could really, really, really improve? It's when you're bringing in your new members, starting them properly. Okay? Now, I don't get a chance to do this as much as I would like, and I'm going to actually try to change that and free up some time to connect with the new members I personally bring in. Problem is I actually bring in so many of them, right? But this is a place where sometimes we drop the ball, and if you do it, you'll get 50 to 80% more upsells. If you're currently upselling a third, you'll upsell 50 to 80% higher numbers if you just do what I'm about to tell you. Okay? And it's so easy, it's unbelievable. And I actually did if you guys have the Costa Rica product, I did a bonus video where I talked about a lot of detail how to do this. It's a little bit more visual, a little bit more in depth. But that's more of a strategy to get to $10,000 a month for people that are serious. If you have the Costa Rica product, and of course if you don't, you can buy it right now and just to see the video is worth $500. But if you have the Costa Rica product, I paint that out in that product. Okay? But what's the basics of the strategy? The basics of the strategy are, if you're new, connect with your new members and just get them started. And if you're a little more advanced and you know, you just don't want to call people, have an assistant call your new members and have them book them into some sort of a interview or a fast start orientation with you. And all you need to do is show up and upsell. Now, how do you do that? Now, if you do this, guys, and I'm not talking to the gurus here. There's some people here who are like me who produce such massive numbers that they need to do this a little bit less. But even if you did it and you spent an hour a day doing it, you'd make twice as much money, right? And if you're willing to do it, you'll make twice as much money. If you're not, and it's totally cool, you're a guru. But for the new people and for the people that are under $5,000 a month, you're just killing yourself if you're not doing this. You just are hurting your results. Okay, why? Because if you do it, the numbers are so astronomically higher per person that you bring in. Now, how do you do it? It's really simple. When you get a new person in and they buy the product, you can have your wife or your assistant, or you can team up with somebody else in Empower. If you go to the Facebook group spot, guys, find a workout partner. Go in there and say, hey, I'm looking for a workout partner. I'm working 4 hours a day. I'm bringing in 3 members a week. I need some help for somebody to call my members, and I'll call yours too. If you're about that level, let's connect. Connect with somebody else in one of our Facebook groups and find out a workout partner. And what does a workout partner do? They call each other every day, just like if you're lifting weights, and they keep each other accountable. They say, hey, today this is what I'm going to do. And then they work together and they work on improving and they compete against each other, right? They try to get one above the other on the leaderboards. They say, hey, I'm going to produce 20 new members this week. What are you going to do? And they're going to say, well, I'm going to do 21, right? That's what a workout partner is, folks. It's like a sparring partner in martial arts or kung fu. One of the most useful things in network marketing. Like, for example, in Empower Network, Dave Sharp's my workout partner, right? You better believe it. Now we're not doing something where we're building 2 teams or anything like that, but you better believe we're out there and just aggressively marketing and kind of bouncing off of each other's energy, right? It's a workout partner, folks. But what's the thing a workout partner could do? Well, number one, you grab somebody, you say, hey, look, we're going to follow the 8 core commitments in the Fast Start training, and this is what we're going to do. Are you willing to run with me? And what do you do if your workout partner turns into wussy and quits? You find another one, right? You don't stop working out. You don't stop trying. But then what can they do for you? Well, you can call each other's new members and book appointments for your workout partner, and that way you don't have to spend any money if you guys are new. And you can make each other look like experts. Like, let me give you an example. Let's say I was new and Dave Sharp was new, and we didn't own Empower. We were the reps, and so we didn't have a lot of credibility, and we wanted to get our new members started right, so we just could use each other. So if Dave brought in a new member, I could call his new member for him and edify Dave and make Dave look like he's a powerful person and book that person into an appointment with Dave. You say, how do we do appointments? Well, just tell the person, say, these are my hours, Can you call my customers and I'll call yours, and just bounce off of each other every day. This is one of the easiest things, folks. I had people in my team doing this, and you can upsell 90% of your team to at least one higher package, and you can do it in less than half an hour a day. And it's so easy, it's unbelievable. I could call up Dave's people. I could say, hey, is this Mary? She says, yeah. Say, Dave, this is actually Dave Wood, and I'm Dave Sharp's personal assistant here at Empower Network. I actually saw that he brought you in just earlier today, and I just wanted to call and welcome you to the team, make sure you're plugged in. How you doing? And she's going to say, wow, my sponsor's got an assistant, right? Now, you could be a workout partner or assistant. It doesn't matter, right? But I could say, she's going to say, well, I'm doing fantastic. I'm so glad you called. I don't get calls like this. You say, well, we like to keep people connected in the team, and I just want to make sure that you're in and you're plugged in and you're going to have success. And so what I wanted to do is a couple of things. I wanted to make sure you had access to some resources. I wanted to also ask you a couple of questions, but more importantly, I actually want to book you in and do an interview here because Dave Sharp, he's so busy, it's unbelievable. He just got involved in this company with us just a couple of weeks back, but he's just cranking it, and I'm actually working just to help him out because he's got so many people join him that I've got to connect them into the schedule. And so just real quick, Mary, he's only available in the evenings from 7 to 8 p.m. That's Central Time. Would you be available tomorrow from 7 to 7:30 to do a quick interview and kind of a fast start orientation with Dave? Would that be okay for you? And you know what she's going to do? She's going to cross off whatever the hell she had going on at 7:30. Say, well, yeah, I got to get on the phone with this leader, But then what did that do? That made Dave, as a brand new person who's never had results, look like he walks on water, glows in the dark, shoots lasers from his eyes, and is a superhero who wears the tights and the whole lot. But he doesn't have to be. He could be new. Right? Just a workout partner of mine. And he could do the same for me. Because sometimes when you're new, the greatest struggle in upselling is not what you say. That's easy. It's credibility. Because you're trying to say, and you're nervous because you're new or whatever, and you haven't got enough postures. So you don't need to do stuff like this after you've made $10,000 a month for a few months because you're confident. Somebody says, should I buy this? You say, well, let me ask you a question. Are you serious or not? And they're like, well, no, I'm serious. Well, then make a decision and stop fooling around. And you can do stuff like that and be confident about it after you reach a level. But sometimes people say, well, how do I do that when I'm new? Well, you can bounce credibility off of each other by grabbing somebody from Empower. We got 20,000 people, folks. Tons of people here are out here who are working hard, who will work with you. And who should you connect with? Somebody that you like, that you get along with, who's consistent, who's doing the 8 core things, who's being an active, involved leader here at Empower, who's getting results is who you should connect with. And don't try to reach out and connect with somebody who's getting too much more results than you, because that's not really necessarily where it belongs. You belong with somebody who's working about as hard as you're working, with the hours you're working, who you can get along with and relate to, who you can compete against. Does that make sense? And that just pushes everybody just a little bit further forward. But then what do I do when I show up for the appointment? Well, I'm showing up, number one, and I've already got credibility. And that's the key, folks. You want to know the key that unlocks this. The key that's going to unlock your income is credibility. It's credibility, guys. What's unlocked my income? Credibility. When people hear me, they see me all over the place, they know how much money I'm making. You know why? Well, because everybody's talking about it, and they're seeing the results, and they're seeing the numbers, and they can't deny the traffic on the site because they go to Alexa.com and they see we're in the top 1,000 sites. And they see me in the video, they're like, hot damn, this guy's making a lot of money. Well, I show up, and I get him in anything I damn want to get him into. It doesn't matter what it is. It's the key. And in the beginning, before you unlock the key, you got to make enough sales, right? And this is how you do it. You got to start by just making a sale a day, making a sale a day. We can talk about leads and all that stuff here in a minute and how you do that. right? But then I show up and I get on the phone with Mary. Now, the first key is, guys, in order to make this work, you've got to buy all the products. If you're serious about your future and you want to get the results that you want here at Empower Network, stop fooling around, stop sitting on the sidelines, make a decision, and buy all the products. Just do it. Why? Because if you don't do it, how the heck are you going to get other people to do it? Why would they listen to you? If I got involved with you and I was living in the van that I was in before I had success on the internet, why in the world would I listen to you if you're not even taking this seriously enough to buy all the products? I wouldn't listen to you. I'd go find somebody else who was willing and they're willing to put themselves on the line and to say, I'm doing whatever it takes. I'm drawing a line in the sand. I'm going to get all the products and I'm going to lead by example. I'm going to do what I expect other people to do. You see what I'm saying? How can you get people to do something that you're not willing to do? Right? So I get on the phone confident because I've bought all the products and I know what I'm talking about and I know that it's going to help her get results because the training in the inner circle, she needs to be listened to it every day. And I know that she needs to go through the videos of the Costa Rica Intensive and I know she needs to get that 15K formula, especially before the price goes up. So I already know that and I'm confident, I'm powerful. So I show up on the phone and I say, Mary, how you doing? Keep in mind, I already got credibility because my workout partner gave it to me. Right? Because we're working together, we're bouncing off of each other, we're bouncing off each other's energy. So I get on the phone and I say, hey, Mary, how you doing? And she's going to say, well, fantastic. I'm going to say, well, it's great to talk to you. And just so you know, before we start, Mary, I'm really busy. I actually got another appointment in about 30 minutes. But what I want to do is I want to start off by just getting to know you a little bit, welcome you to the team, make sure you're plugged into all the resources that you need. I also want to find out a little bit about you, and I want to find out a little bit about your goals to see how Empower is going to help fit into your goals, both in your other businesses, if you have other businesses, or the income that you want to make here. Is that okay if we just kind of start directly into it just for time's sake? And what's she going to say? Well, yeah. See, if you chit-chat and jabber around too much, you don't sound like a business person. You don't sound like you're busy. And when you're not busy, one of the hardest things is sounding like you're busy, all right? So book times in like 30-minute increments. I used to use an online scheduler. It was like $10 a month. I think it's clickbook.net, I think was the scheduler I used to use. And I used to use it for my online appointments, and I would recruit, doing this, 85% of everybody I ever talked to into whatever the hell I wanted, right? But here I'm just talking about upselling, because keep in mind, folks, if you upsell just to $100 a month, now you're making $125 a month from that person. If you sell a Costa Rica, which you'll be able to sell if you do what I'm about to tell you, like 80% of the time, if you sell one, you're going to make a $500 commission. If you bring in a member a day and you sell 3 of those a week, you're bringing in a member a day, upselling them to the $100, and then what you're doing is you're selling 3 of those customers. Folks, you're talking about like $2,000 a week in income just now. We're not talking about residuals and all this future stuff. Folks, we're talking about $2,000 a week this week, right? You guys realize that? You guys realize the power in that? So get on the phone, for heaven's sakes, and do what I'm about to tell you. So what do? Well, you get Mary on the phone, you say, Mary, I just want to connect with you. I want to let you know I am busy. I've got another appointment here. It's going on in 30 minutes. Okay, so I got about 20 minutes to spend with you. I need about 5 probably to prepare for my next interview. And basically this interview has a couple of purposes. I want to find out a little bit about you, of course, welcome you to the team. I want to find out a little bit about your goals. I also want to see if it's appropriate for us to really work together coming into 2012. Because I want to let you know something. If you're serious, I'm serious about helping you. And if you're not serious, it's okay. You fit in the team, and I'll connect with you at your level, but I probably won't be putting as much energy out there if you're not as serious as I am. Does that make sense to you? What's she going to say? She'll be like, oh, yeah. Well, where do we start? Where do we start, boss, right? I mean, she's back to thinking about, all right, tell me, do I need to pull out what do I need already? You just write off the conversation, folks. You're the boss. Right? You're the leader. Now, how many of you would rather recruit and upsell like that than what you're doing right now? You can just raise your hand or say, me, woohoo, even though nobody can tell, or you can type in one of the Facebook groups, I'd rather recruit like that. This is bad to the bone. Yeah, everybody would. So find a workout partner, folks. Fill each other's schedules, right? Bounce off of each other, right? Help each other's people. Right? Does that make sense? If you work in a team, you're always stronger. That's why I didn't start Empower Network by myself. I had this idea, not for the way it is. Dave Sharp dramatically advanced some of the ideas in the company from what I had, but I had the idea on my own to start it. Well, I could have started it my own without a workout partner. But folks, you're stronger together, right? Does that make sense? And Dave Sharp brings stuff I don't have, and I bring stuff he doesn't have. So doesn't it make sense that we're working together, right? We're a workout team, folks. We're a mastermind. That's why we're here, right? So you can do that too. You can do it at any level. If you're making 100 a week, you can find another person making 100 a week and say, let's make 1,000 a week together. Make sense? All right, so what do? You say, you go through that initial bit where you qualify the time. And then how do you handle the conversation is the key after that. Remember that you are the one asking the questions and getting assignments. You're not asking her to do stuff, you're telling her what to do. Why? Because if you want to have $1 million company, do you think that somebody that ran $1 million business or a $2 million business, do you think that they'd be dilly-dallying around and just taking orders from their customers? No, they're the boss, man. They're the one leading the company. They're the one leading the vision. Well, if you want results like that, you got to act like that now. Keep in mind, you're not talking to leads here. This is just talking to customers, right? So how do you do it? Well, you say, Mary, let me ask you a few questions about your business now. I'm pulling out a pen out, and I want to take notes because if you're serious about your future, I want to help you get what you want. So I've got a few questions, and then after we get into the questions, I'm going to give you some specific assignments, and here's my commitment to you. If you'll follow my assignments and you'll do what I tell you to do, I will work my best. I will work with you to help you get what you want. Is that okay with you? If I'm here and I'm committed to you, will you follow assignments as long as it's in your best interest? What's she going to say? Well, yeah, of course. Say, great. Question number one, what's your background? What do you do for a living outside of this? And jot some notes down. Ask some further questions. Ask a few seeking questions. He says, well, you know, I'm an engineer by trade. You say, great. How long have you been an engineer for? 2 years. Okay. All right. And what you're looking for is asking a question where she starts talking. Okay? Because if you guys notice, whenever you meet somebody new, you notice how you're a little tense, right? You're a little bit tense and on guard when you meet somebody new. What you're looking for is to break that down, right? And how do you break it down? By listening and asking. And it's not going to be the first question. Like a lot of you guys, if you go back and you listen to all the inner circle interviews, even with the leaders, okay, you guys are going to notice something. A lot of these people I'm just meeting like 5 minutes before the call, or I never talk to them. And then what happens is the interview, it starts off and I'm asking questions and the talk is maybe a little on guard. But then as we keep going and I keep asking questions, we keep being real together, the conversation relaxes and the truth comes out. Folks, that's called rapport. That's what you want to create with all your people. Because if you create rapport, not only will they stay in twice as long, and the residuals will come, but they'll buy 10 times the stuff, right? So you're looking to create the rapport. So tell me about what you do for a living. Well, you know, I'm an engineer. Well, how long have you been doing that for? About 4 years, you know, and going on 5. And you're on the internet looking to start a business. Why is that? Well, you know, I'm looking to, replace my income. Okay. And let me ask you a question, Mary, if you don't mind. How much does it take to replace your income? I'm not recording it. It's not going to be on a call. Nobody's going to know how much you're making here. But what's it going to take? About $7,000 a month. So, Mary, $7,000 a month is going to replace your income? Yeah. Let me ask you another question, just kind of on a personal basis, because we might be working together here for the next 10, 20 years. And I want to help you. Why do you want to replace your income when you're already making $7,000 a month now? That's when it might start to open up. See what I'm saying, guys? Well, I just hate driving in, and then she relaxes. She starts talking. I just hate driving in and going, and the boss is telling me what to do, and I hate my boss, and I get and then I got to get a new boss, and every couple of years I've had a job, and I'm just sick of the game. I'm just sick of it. I don't want to do it anymore, And you say, I understand how you feel, because I actually used to work for, corporate America. And this is true, by the way, everybody. I used to, dress in a damn suit and sit there and be on the phones. And I remember walking into work one day, Mary, and, I was 2 minutes late. And my boss stood up in front of everybody and yelled at me for being late. And I didn't even feel like a person. So I want to make a commitment to you right now that you'll never feel like that in this team. Is that okay? So, well, yeah. So, Mary, you want to make $7,000 a month to replace your income. How many hours a night do you have to dedicate towards making that $7,000 a month? Well, I have 4. You have about 4 hours, Mary? Okay. And that's 4 hours a day, 4 hours a week. What do you got? Well, no, I got 4 hours a day. So let me ask you a question. What hours is this? Because I know what it's like to work for corporate America, and you're going to come home a little bit tired. If you say 4 hours, do you mean that when you get home, what hours are you going to be working? Well, I can work. Here's what I can do. I can wake up a little early. I can work 2 hours in the morning, and I could come home at night after I, work with the kids a little bit, put the kids, make them dinner, and I could work about another 2 hours evening time. Okay, so you got about 2 hours in the morning, maybe spend that on marketing, and then 2 hours in the evening time, maybe connecting with some of your customers and talking to people and giving some coaching like you're on right now. And now she's starting to feel like, oh, if I do what he says, I'm going to be doing what he's doing right now, which is ultra attractive, right? And you say, Mary, let me ask you a question. What's your marketing budget and how much do you have to devote to your business this month? She's going to tell you. Oh, I got about $1,000 this month I could put in. Say, okay. And how much do you have on a monthly basis to devote towards marketing that you can treat like play money? Like if this money disappears, you're going to be okay. You're not going to die. Do you have some play money to work with, or is it just going to be time and effort? Where are you at, honestly? Tell me the truth. And stretch a little. And say, no, I got some money. I could spend $250 a month. Okay. We'll work with that. Now, Mary, this is the most important thing I'm going to tell you because we only got about 5 minutes here, and I want to make sure we use this time just absolutely right. If I can teach you how to make $7,000 a month, working 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, we could start for around $1,000. That's an okay place to start. Is there anything else you need to do? Is there anything else that you need to know from me before we just get you started? See, now what just happened? I'm on her side. Now I'm not just about selling my shit. I'm about helping her. See what I'm saying, guys? That's how you connect with people. Here's what I'm going to tell you. Is she's going to say, nothing else I need to do. What do I have to do next? What do I got to do next? Why? Because I started with authority, and I found out about her. I put her first, but I'm controlling the conversation. I ain't no wussy on the phone, right? No wussies allowed, right, is what we like to say here. And the reason we say this, folks, is because when we say it, when we have that thing like, I ain't going to be a wussy, you just stop yourself in your tracks, right? It's kind of like the slogan we say. And the reason why we say that all the time, folks, is because every time you think about being weak, we want you to say, I ain't no wussy. I ain't going to quit. I ain't giving up on my dream. I'm going to keep going, right? Because if you have that attitude, you'll succeed, right? So guess what you do now? Now you tell her what to do based on what she just told you. Now, you can't tell somebody to do something that they can't do, right? How many of you know that? Like, for example, if somebody says, look, I've got $500 and that's it, and after that I got to work. They can spend $500. Now, if that's the truth, and if you found the truth, that it's not necessarily appropriate to sell them for something more than that. You know that? Let's be honest. Let's just be real here. You can sell them what they can afford and what they need. And then past that, we stop, and it's okay to stop for a little bit, and then we can work with them there, and then they can upgrade later as they evolve a little bit. But what I know is every conversation like this will produce upsells. And most of them, people will buy all the products. And that conversation just turned into a $750 or $1,000 half-an-hour conversation. Now, how many people on here, you can talk about in the Facebook groups or type yes in the Skype chats or whatever it is, would be happy to have a half-an-hour conversation for an extra $750 or $1,000 once a day, right? How many here would be excited to do that? How many of you here would be excited if your team did that, and then every 5 days you got a pass-up for $750 from your team doing it? Right? Does that make sense, guys? How many people would be excited to do that? Well, folks, it's a massive difference it will make to you if you do it. And I'll tell you, they won't just buy everything. They will stick around and be on all the calls. Because you're going to tell them to be on all the calls. Because if you're going to be serious, you're going to be on all the calls. You'll be at the next event. In fact, guys, we're planning an event, and we're going to be orchestrating that probably in Atlanta, end of May, something like that. We're still working out the dates here over the next couple of days. And if everybody hears, it's not going to be an expensive event, guys. It's going to be a low price, no commissions on it, because we want people to be able to go. All right, it's just going to be $70, $150, something like that, depending on what the room costs for the event. Okay, and we're going to do an event here at Empower, and we're going to be teaching some stuff that is going to be top secret stuff. You'll actually have to sign an NDA that some of this stuff will not be shared outside the event, just to even get in the event, let alone even go. And guys, you want to be there. If you're serious, you'll be there. right? But if you're on that conversation and you tell her you need to be at the events, guess what? She's going to be at the events, right? If you're going to be there, right? You got to see how you got to lead by example. If you didn't buy, now here's what you do. You say, all right, Mary, here's what we're going to do next. You in front of a computer right now? And she's going to say, well, yeah. She's going to say, all right, well, first thing is that I noticed that you only bought the blogging system so far, and I'm going to tell you right now, and I don't want to spend a lot of time explaining because I got to hop on a call here with Bill, but you need to buy the rest of the products and you need to do it tonight if you want me to work with you. Because you've got the money, it's appropriate for you, and you need the education if you're serious, and you need to be able to sell these, and you're going to earn 100% commission on all these products that you buy. Okay? So is it okay to just be fair that you need to buy all the products? And what's she going to say? Yeah, fair. Say, great, log into your back office right now. Tell me when you're there. And say, okay, I'm there. So you see the inner circle tab? Okay? I want you to start there. Now, this is the way that it works, Mary. You can click the tabs on all the products you don't have. There's 3 of them you need. You need to get the inner circle, the Costa Rica, and the 15K formula, all of them. Okay, all together it's going to be, $850. And, of course, after this month, it'll be more expensive than that. But right now, that's what it is for people, right? If they wanted to upgrade all those products, it would be about that. You say you need to buy every single one of those products right now. And then what I'm going to do with you, Mary, after you buy all those products, can we pop back on the phone? I can actually clear out. I'm going to be busy, but I can clear out about another 30 minutes to help kind of walk you through a fast start orientation and what to do next and making a plan, right, after you complete those purchases. But I need you to complete the purchases, and I need to pop on the phone with Bill. Is that okay with you? Right? And what's she going to do? She's going to go buy all the products. She's got an appointment. She needs to finish before the appointment, right? And you just told her to do it, and then if she had any issues, you can pop back on with her later and help her walk through the rest of her purchases. Now, how many of you would be excited to be able to do that once a day? Right? Here's the key. You can do that if you bring in a member a day. And will everybody buy everything? No, it's not appropriate to sell everything to everybody. But I'll tell you something. If you buy all the products and you commit right now to your business, to your future, to your success, and you make a decision, to bring in a person a day, I'll tell you something, 80% of them will buy everything. How do I know that? Well, Babe Sharp and I launched the company in a room with like 30 people. 30 people bought everything. Why? Because they knew that if they wanted to sell something, they had to buy the products they were trying to sell because they have to lead by example. Because that's the way it works in network marketing, folks. It's the way it works in direct sales. If you want your people to do something, well, then you got to do it. If you want your people to do meetings locally in your company, well, then you got to do it. If you want your people to do calls and to connect with people, well, then you got to do it. That's why I'm starting to make calls and connect with my new customers and stuff here at Empower. Why? Because I want them to do it. And I know that if I do it, they'll do it. And if they do it, well, I'll make more money, every single one of us. And I know that if you'll do that, you could bring in a customer a day, and even if you do a bad job and just upsell half of them, if you brought in 30 customers a month and upsold half of them, you still mess up, and still messing up, you're making over $15,000 a month. Messing up, screwing up, right? Doing a bad job, you're making $15,000 a month. How many of you would like to make $15,000 a month doing a bad job? Then make a dang decision, right? Because we're in a special time. I'll tell you what special time we're going to be in. We're going to be doing this event, and it's going to be Atlanta, Georgia. So just be prepared for it because we don't know the exact details of it, but we will know here hopefully in the next couple of days. We're going to be working, Tracy Walker's got kind of a little bit of a local team there, and we're going to be working with her and some of her people to kind of orchestrate that. And we've got about 500 other people in that state. But no matter where you are, just fly to the event. Just go. Why? Because we're going to outline a plan. This is going to be secret, top secret information, leadership only event. The lowest cost you'll ever go to something for that event. It's not going to be a pitch event, folks. This ain't going to be, come to the event and we'll sell you every goddamn speech. This is going to be, this is the plan to put 250,000 people in Empower Network in the next 12 months. This is the plan on how we're going to get 10 people make $100,000 a month by the end of the year. This is the plan on how we're going to take this message not just to the people that we got it now. This is the plan to take it to the masses. This is the leadership plan. This is what the people that are serious and not fooling around, not sitting on the sidelines are doing. If you're serious, you'll just be there. It doesn't even matter that we don't know the date yet. You'll just say, well, gosh, if it doesn't matter when it is, I'm just going to go. Right? So that's what we're doing, folks. And that's how to make money. I told you at the beginning of this call that I would show you guys how to make $5,000 a week, right? Or I said in my email or something like that. I just did. I just showed you. Now you say, Dave, what do I do if I'm full-time? Try to double it. 2 a day. 2 a day. 2 a day. Do you know how easy it is to get 2 a day if you focus on your marketing? Do you know how easy it is? I'm going to tell you guys something. I started my business with a goal. I said, I'm going to sponsor 2 people a day. I'm going to get 2, and this was, by the way, in directly into my network marketing business at the time, right? And I've just proven again and again, every time I want to do this, I can do it. In fact, the other month, it was like 3 months ago, I have a big team in a company, and I was like, I feel like recruiting some people. I flipped the switch, turned on some marketing, brought in 50 people, turned the switch off, right? Anytime I want, I can do this stuff. But here's where it started. It started when I was new, living in my parents' house, moved out of my van into my parents' house, sitting in front of the computer, making a game plan on a notepad and a piece of paper, and I said, what's the goal? And here's what I knew. I know residual income don't exist till you've been in 6 months and have a team of a lot of people. It just doesn't exist. Now, in Empower, yes, it does exist faster, absolutely way faster, because, of course, we're paying how much? Oh, all the money out is how much it gets paid out. So, I mean, when you're paying all the money out, less people equals more income. And that's why you see people making more money in Empower Network than you see at the top of comp plans in huge direct sales companies. You know, that's why you see with a tiny group of people the massive incomes we're producing is because 100% commissions is not just twice of 50% commissions. It's like 10 times more when you're leveraging it through a team. It's like 10 times more, folks. And the beauty is we're not even replacing commissions. We're just adding our commissions to them. So if you want to make $10,000 a month from your company, well, cool, make an extra 30 here on the side, you know, of your primary or whatever you're doing, right? If you just want to focus here, you can just focus here. Because we're going to take this to 250,000 people this year. How are we going to do it? Well, we're going to do it through the plan that we've got. And you're going to have to be in Atlanta if you want to find that out. Secret stuff. You're going to have to just be there. And I know a lot of you are like, well, where can I get my tickets? Well, they're not for sale yet because we don't know the date. As soon as we know the dates, we'll just pop a thing up for sale. You'll be able to buy them. And they'll be cheap, folks, because we just want you to be able to come. Okay? We don't want to nickel and dime you to death. We just want you to go and focus on sales. Okay? Does that make sense? Is that fair for everybody? So you'll just be at the event. Just period. You'll be there. Right? But here's the truth, folks. 2 a day. It's not hard. But you got to focus on that. And it's so easy to get distracted. There's multiple companies going on. There's multiple teams going on. There's affiliate things to sell. Well, just delete everything for a second and focus with me and say, what's the goal? Are you here to fill around and please your upline? Or are you here to make some money? Right? What are you here for? Why are you doing this? Are you fiddling around or are you here to make some money? If I were you, I'd be here to make some money. Right? Well, how can you make money? Focus on making a sale a day if you're part-time. Focus on making 2 a day if you're full-time. Do you need to know anything else? No. If you do what I told you on this call, and if you focus, you can do what I did. And what happened? Well, for me, did I make a sale a day immediately? Definitely not. Did I do it after 10 days? No. But my first month, here's what I did. Because I was focused on sales, not income, and not residuals. I wasn't focused on that. I was focused on sales. My first month, I brought in 15 people. Next month, I brought in 30. Okay? Next month, over 60. Next month, more than 100. Personal. Well, guess what? That month I brought in more than 100. My income that month, month 3, was 2.5 to 3.5 in. My income was over $40,000. Now, would I have done that had I not focused on production? No. You say, Dave, how many leads did you generate when you did that? Up to that point, keep in mind this is from 0. I was new just like you're new. It was a total of about 672 leads, I think, my first 2.5 months. And then the next month I generated more than 1,000. It like doubled because I had the money all of a sudden. All these checks coming in. And I wasn't even earning 100% commissions. That was from a damn van. That was from a van with 30% commissions. A van, folks. If a homeless van man and a broke ex-alcoholic construction worker can, make money like this, what can you do with your degrees and your amazing skill sets? And maybe you're struggling like we were struggling. Well, God, ain't there hope for you? Listen to Chris Daugherty and then ask yourself, can you do it? You'll be like, oh, God, yeah. Right? You can do this, guys. Trust us. But you have got to stop getting distracted. You've got to draw a line in the sand, and you got to focus. Do you want your people to do it? If you're saying, well, yeah, but I don't want to do it, why don't you just go home? Why don't you just hang up the call and look yourself in the mirror and tattoo wussy on your forehead, right? If you want them to do it, you got to do it. If you want them to succeed, you got to succeed first. You know, if you make $10,000 a month by producing, did you know your team will automatically, without even volition, start to duplicate? It will just start to duplicate. People will start to copy you. People will start to listen to you. All of a sudden, when you pick up the call and you tell your team what to do, they'll say, I got it. Right? All of a sudden, like magic, like clockwork, like you suddenly have magical powers. Why? Because you're credible now. Because you're doing it and they'll follow you, and that is how you cross over the magical, mystical line in this industry, and you go from the follower to the leader. And then you become a leader of leaders, right? But it all starts with you right now on the call saying, I'm not going to look left, I'm not going to look right. I'm going to go straight forward on the center line, and I'm going to get a sale a day, period. That's it. End of story, because I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being broke. I'm sick and tired of not being on the beaches of the world, of seeing these one-arm, one-leg midgets cross the stage making $10,000 a month without me. I want to make something happen, and I'm talented. I'm skilled. I can do it. That's it, period. I'm speaking my vision into existence because I am in control of my future. That's how it starts, folks. Starts by making a decision. It starts by standing up, by looking up when you're addicted to drugs like Dave Sharp was, into somebody's eyes and lifting up and reaching your hands up and saying, will you help me? Please, I need it. And then they reach down and they grab you. And you stand up and they pull you up and they pull you in close and they say, I'll help you. Don't you ever, ever give up. Just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. As Dave Sharp always says, just keep coming back. Keep coming back to the Monday calls. Keep coming back to the inner circle. Keep coming to the events. Keep watching the videos. Keep blogging every day. Stay plugged in. Every day wake up and say, today is my day to break through. Today is my day to break through, because the past doesn't equal the future, and I'm going to do it. That's it, period. And if you do that, my friend, I will see you on the beaches of the world. I will see you on the beaches of the world. And you'll be there with us. And the only question is, are you going to make a decision? Or are you fooling around? Because if you're serious, I'll work with you. I want you to succeed more probably some of you do. I want you to succeed. And that's why we're here. So that being said, stand up right now. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. And I want you to tell yourself and promise yourself, tonight I'm making a decision. I'm going to achieve my dreams. I've got what it takes. If a homeless van man can do it, I can do it. If a broke construction worker can do it, I can do it. If Chris Daugherty can do it, God, I can do it. If Ed from Ohio can do it, I can do it. If Dwayne Pyle can do it, I can do it. If Raven Starr can do it, I can do it. You can do it. That's it, period. The only question is are you gonna? Folks, you can do this. Don't give up. And I'll see you on the beach of the world. Dave Sharp, over to you, bud. Don't know if you have any thoughts to close the call out.
No, you know what? The only thing I was thinking of, man, as you were talking, I was actually browsing through and just looking at, honest, I was browsing through as you were talking there, man, and talking about just making one sale a day, and I was just looking at all we had there in the back office, especially. I'm a big fan of the inner circle. I think that, pretty much everybody that I talk to, when I jump on the phone with them, and if you're listening on this call and you haven't got a phone call from Dave or I yet, you're going to get one of these days. And the best way, the quickest way, the easiest way to get a phone call from one of us is to just go out there and make something happen. How do you make something happen? You do what we're talking about on these calls. You get back in that inner circle and you do it like I do. You do like Dave does. You go in there and you download something and you listen to a minimum of 30 minutes of training a day, period. Period. A minimum of 30 minutes of training a day. It is the difference maker inside of your business. It is how you get to the next level. What is the next level? And Dave talked about it tonight. It's making one sale a day. I was looking at the inner circle and some of the trainings that we've done, guys, dating back to, the beginning of October and into September back in 2011. We did some trainings gearing up from Power that were pure content, pure absolute content, to where we broke down so many different principles like hypnotic selling, principles like how to close people. Really, we got down into the nitty-gritty. I rehashed another closing training there in the inner circle. I mean, if you guys are looking for specifics of what to say, we break it down in that inner circle. And here's the other thing that I want to remind you of before I go and I talk a little bit about the 15K formula, because we've got a deadline coming up, and it's a really, really important deadline. Guys, so many people have come back to me and they've said, Dave, whether they've said it through Skype, email, Facebook, or found my phone number and gave me a call. They said, Dave, I have saved so much money by just delving into the training here that you guys have at Empower Network. Before I got involved in Empower Network, I was buying everything that any guru told me to buy, and I was doing nothing except spinning my wheels. It wasn't until I got involved in Empower Network that I started to realize that the simpler I kept it, the more results that I got. That if I went through and I listened and I followed the directions in the Fast Start training, those 8 core concepts, those 8 core principles of listening and training on a daily basis, of reading something on a daily basis. And remember, we don't just tell you to go in there and read something boring. Go read a sales letter. Go read something that is going to teach you how to write better copy. Go read something, whether it's a PDF in the back office or some sort of a marketing book. If you're out there buying a book off of Amazon, read for a half hour before you go to sleep. Blog on a daily basis. Market on a daily basis. And guys, like Dave said, make sure that you make it to all events. So many people have said, hey, man, I was complicating the heck out of of my business before I got involved in Empower Network, and you guys have simplified it. If you're feeling like you need to complicate it right here tonight on this call, you don't. If you're feeling like you need to go out there and you need to do something like Dave was talking about at the beginning of the call, you need to build 20,000 sites and you need to do technical support for the entire world, or you need to go out there and you give yourself a break. Focus on a couple of things. And I'm telling you that what Dave said about making one sale a day is the absolute truth. But here's the kicker, is that we've kind of opened up the floodgates for you guys to be able to do bigger and better and more diverse things inside of your business. If you follow the scripts that we give you, Dave gave you a couple of scripts tonight, gave you a couple of phenomenal ideas. I was listening to him saying, that is gangster. I go in, I give you specifics inside of a closing call that we did inside of the inner circle. Dwayne Pyle, he's got more closing tips. We give you specifics. And the cool thing is that as you practice and you get a more diverse audience on the phone with you, you're going to have the ability to sell more than one product. And that one product that you sell each day, and that can be your initial goal, and then you can start up in the ante a little bit, might just be that $500 Costa Rica, or might just be that $1,000 15K formula. But here's the hit. Right now, you have an opportunity to get that 15K formula for $250. We're going to raise the price on that in a couple of weeks. You don't own that product. You need to go back there and you need to dig into that product. I gave everybody an assignment over the weekend on Friday's call to go and dig into that product and come out on the other side, excuse me, with 2 marketing strategies that they were going to really focus on. The cool thing about that product is you can learn the who, what, why, and where of anything that you want to learn. We cover it all. We cover SEO, we cover solo ads, we cover copywriting, we cover Facebook PPC. We cover it all. Come out with 2 strategies that you want to really focus on. What do I suggest that you do? I suggest that you focus on 1 free and 1 paid. Now, that depends on your marketing budget. Depends on how much time you have. If you have more time than money, focus more on your free strategy. If you have more money than time, focus more on a paid strategy. And remember that when you're marketing, if you're doing a paid strategy, you're probably going to get quicker results. Where if you're doing a free strategy like SEO and focusing only on blogging, that's going to be your long-term business residual walk-away income, because you're going to set up your traffic and your lead flow for long-term. The cool thing is, though, if you're an affiliate, you have the ability to then turn around and offer a wide range of not only price but quality products to your customers. What does that do for you? Well, guys, we've kind of set up our marketing funnel to really convert in a way that most people don't sell like that. We've set everything up perfectly and scientifically almost to be able to convert in ways that are going to put the most money in our affiliates' pockets. The cool thing is that we said, we've got something really different here. We've got an animal, and we've got more people who are just planting their flag here at Empower Network. They're like, you know what? I'm jumping all over the place. I'm doing all this craziness. I'm going out here and I'm jumping from business to business and company to company. And we said, hey, we'll support you no matter what you do. We've got people that are looking at the reality of the situation. They're looking at the results that they're getting. They're looking at the income that they're earning, and they're saying, why would I go anywhere else? Why would I do anything else? And that's really the movement that we're creating. That's why we're locking arms. That's why we're getting kind of a different mindset around here, is because the ability that you have to, A, make money, and B, get results from our products is almost there. It's hard to find something that will compare to it. Guys, the other thing that makes this special is the fact that we have the people and the authenticity. Now, I was talking to a guy earlier today, because for those of you who don't know, is that not only am I in the trenches in my business, but I'm also in the trenches in my personal life, and I'm out there helping people who are struggling with different things. And I was talking to a guy today that was trying to get back on his feet, trying to get clean, dying when I looked at him in his eyes. And he said, Dave, I'm just trying to put 24 hours clean together. If I can get 24 hours and I can make it till tomorrow, I'll be okay. And I looked at him and I said, you can do it, brother. And I'll be here for you. And so will the other people that have your best intentions in mind. And we've carried that same spirit over here to Empower Network. And instead of getting 24 hours clean, and maybe there's somebody on this call that needs to make some specific change in their personal life, and we want to inspire you to do that, I want to also inspire you to focus on what Dave was talking about, which was to just get one sale today and one sale tomorrow. In your business, if you can do that, you can do big things. Guys, bottom line, if you're serious about your business, get in, commit, get all of the products. Follow our assignments. We give you swipe to send out on a daily basis. And we do everything humanly and physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally possible to help you guys have results in your business. Sometimes you got to have certain pains to get to a point to where you're ready to really commit, and that's okay. We're going to be here for you when you go out there and you bump your head, and then you come back and you say, you know, Dave, I'm ready to lock arms. We're in it for the long run. Dave and I have been through so much pain, so much struggle. People have tried to beat us down. They've put us down. And we've rallied around each other because we believe in each other. And we believe that we're not just here to help somebody just make a sale. We're not just here to help somebody just rank a blog post on the first page of Google. We're not just here to help people earn $4 million in commissions or, get 1 million hits per day to our website. We're not just here for that. We're here to make a difference in the world, period. We're here creating our legacy. We're here because we want to leave a mark on the world. And I want to ask you, what legacy are you working on leaving? The hit is that the legacy that you leave doesn't have to be worldwide. It can be on one or two people. It can be the fact that your son or your daughter inside of your house looked at you and never saw you quit. You know that I got a little daughter that I'm raising right now that she's 12 that I fought my ass off to get back after I lost her through years of addiction and running the streets and just not knowing, and I fought and I got her back. Now after being 4 years, I've had her back for a while. And do you know that sometimes I just keep going because she looks me in my eyes and she says, Dad, what are you going to do now? Dad, what are we going to do now? And I say, we ain't going to quit. And we keep pushing. And my hope is that the legacy that I leave one day, she's going to remember and say, you know what? My dad did everything that he could to make a good life for us. That's what Empower Network is about. It's about the people. It's about the connection. It's about the relationships. And it's about not only becoming strong entrepreneurs who don't quit against any odds. And I'm going to tell you that Dave and I have gone through some things that would make a lot of people just say, you know what, I've had enough, and scream uncle. But we believe in you. This is about much more than just that. It's about us. It's about what we can do united because we are stronger together than we are apart. Guys, get in there, dig in. We'll see you at the event. Those of you who are going to win free tickets from the contest, we're going to have the leaderboards and the point statistics up hopefully tomorrow. Our lead developer told us that they were going to have that up tomorrow. When you guys see that you're so close to earning something, or you've actually already earned something or won something, my hope is that it jolts something inside of your veins and pumps a little extra blood through your body to get you just that much more excited to carry you to the next day. Because guess what? What I did yesterday doesn't do a damn thing for me today. I got to do it all over again. It's a constant thing. This is what life's about. And a lot of people don't tell me that. So I have false expectations, unrealistic expectations on what's going to happen not only in business but also in my personal life. And it's not until I finally woke up and I said, you know what? I got to get in the game every day. I was talking to another kid earlier, younger dude, getting back on his feet. I think this is my life. This is what I do. I stay around people who need help, who I can help, because in turn it helps me. And he was saying, I got to stay in the game every day. He's been through all kinds of stuff, different stuff than I've been through. I got to stay in the game every day. Every day is a fight. That's what life's about. Guys, if you don't think every single person you know is a real person going through real things, you better believe that they are. And the difference between what we do here at Empower Network is we tell you and we show you this is who we are and this is what we're doing, and are you with us or not? We give you an opportunity to choose. This is about freedom. This is about autonomy. This is about the ability to run your own life and your own business. And we just want to know if you're ready to lock arms with us, because we're going somewhere. And fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you want to look at it, we're going there with or without you. We want to take you with us. We want to take you to the top, and we want to walk with you, not in front of you, not behind you, but right beside you. We want to do big things because we're just getting started, guys. Dave and I have got things planned to expand the company and go places that are going to really be surprising to not only a lot of other people, but my hope is that they surprise us. Because I know that what you guys have done up until this point has surprised me. Not because I don't have faith in people, but because we've got the most badass group of people that I've ever seen in my entire life. And I'm proud and honored to be here fighting every single day in the trenches with you guys, because you inspire me. You keep me going. You're the reason why I get up and do this thing. And what I'm excited to do is hit you up in Atlanta in that first event, give you a hug, look in your eyes, tell you that I appreciate you, because that's what this is about. Guys, connect with us. Hit us up on Facebook. Get inside of the group. Get back there in that 15K formula. Go through it. When we raise that price, you're going to have the ability as an affiliate to sell to a different audience. And the first time that you get a $1,000 commission that hits into your bank account, your life will not be the same again. As a matter of fact, my good friend Tony Rush posted inside of our Facebook group the other day the power of a $25 commission, and I think that sometimes we minimize that. We minimize how powerful that is. I told this story, and I tell it all the time, of the first time that I ever showed up on a leads leaderboard. Just for getting leads, I hadn't even made a sale yet. That changed my life. It's one of the small things that I did on a daily basis that kept me in the game. What are you doing on a daily basis to keep you in the game? I can tell you what you're doing here on this call tonight. I congratulate you for that. Guys, I appreciate you. That's all I got. Let's wrap it up. Dave, if you got any other thoughts, then jump back in here, brother. If not, let's unhook these lines, man, and let these babies roar.
Well, let's unhook them, brother.
All right, guys. Hey, scream 100% commissions. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Look out for the contest leaderboard tomorrow. We'll have swipe. Get in the 15K formula. Guys, let's do big things together tonight. God bless.
100% commission! No whoopsie!
Commission.
Let's meet on the beach of Cebu.
What'd you say about pussy?
This is Austin Davis. Vote for me in 2012.
I'll take a pussy over a wussy any day.
I ain't no freaking wussy. I'm sick of saying 100% commission.